evening to Philhellenes, Greeks, Cypriots, and members of the Hellenic diaspora the world over. I'm Eraklis, Diamataris, and I welcome you to this week's edition of the National Herald's Happenings of the Week. Let's take a look at some of the week's top stories as reported by our newsroom. Greece is in collective mourning as 19-year-old Alkiviadis Gambanos was brutally murdered in Thessaloniki earlier this week, in what is the latest tragic incident to stem from soccer hooliganism in the country. Gambanos was walking with a group of his friends when a more numerous group approached them and asked Gambanos and his parea what soccer team they supported. When Gambanos replied Aris, a football club in Thessaloniki, the assault began. One suspect in custody is a fan of Aris' bitter rivals PAOK and belonged to a nearby fan club and has a history of run-ins with the law. The relevant government authorities vowed that all involved in the murder will be brought to justice. May Alkiviadis rest in peace. Popular Astoria restaurant Telis Taverna had a surprise gas inspection take place on January 21st that it did not pass, and so the Con Edison subcontractor shuttered the restaurant for days, prompting a loss of thousands of dollars for Telis. The shutdown occurred while there were still customers in the restaurant waiting to be served. Luckily, the gas leak was sorted, and Telis is back to serving up customers in Astoria again. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken penned a letter to his Greek counterpart, Greek Foreign Minister Nikos Dendias, thanking him and Greece for having soldiers in Afghanistan on the ground as part of the NATO-led International Security Assistance Force in Afghanistan. Among the tasks performed by a Greek soldier stationed there was infrastructure improvement at Kabul International Airport, providing humanitarian aid to civilians, and other unspecified security operations. The Federation of Hellenic Societies of Philadelphia and the Greater Delaware Valley announced the date for the Greek Independence Day Parade of 2022. The date for the parade is slated for March 20th on the Ben Franklin Parkway. It is the first parade for the event, marking Greece's struggle for independence from the Ottoman Empire in 2 whole years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The parade will honor Greece as well as the centennial celebrations of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America and the Order of Ahepa.
The opponents of Christos Stylianidis, the crisis minister of Greece, will not forgive him for 2 sins: that he is a Greek living abroad and that he is a Cypriot. How tragic and historical and even anti-Greek this is. He is not the only one to be treated this way, however. They killed Ioannis Kapodistrias, the Russian foreign minister that became the first governor of Greece, because he tried to organize the country. Only God knows what they were saying against even Eleftherios Venizelos. He too was a Greek who lived outside of Greece, as Crete was not part of Greece when he went to Athens to become the prime minister. Only Andreas Papandreou was spared, even though he lived in the United States for 20 years. To me, the center point of this unhappy story is this: even if Mr. Stylianidis resigns tomorrow from his post, he has succeeded in his mission. He has introduced a different know-how and a different mentality. Others will be compared with him. And they, trust me, they don't like to be compared. As for the attacks against him, they are inconsequential. In the final analysis, it's not about him. He was just an easy target. Thank you.
These have been the happenings of the week by the National Herald Ethnikos Kyrikas. Thank you for watching. See you next week for a brand new episode. Until then, take care.